sport what it is, a rivalry game. For many schools and fans, it's days like today that can set your feelings about your school allegiance and provide a sense of accomplishment or dread for a very long time. Welcome to Winston-Salem, North Carolina, home to the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the North Carolina Tar Heels, taking on another team from the ACC, the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Demon Deacons offense will get first crack at it today. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
And I think that might be an example of the running back maybe trying to do a little bit too much. Everybody wants to try to bounce the ball outside and hit the home run, but in college football at this level, you just need to do a better job taking what the defense gives you.
Wants to fire on second down. Throws to the wideout. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
And that's where quarterbacks, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. But the longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Under fire. Got it behind the line. It's Claiborne. Tackle is made at the 25-yard line, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
And I think if I'm a QB, I like the decision. I get it to my running back who's really good after the catch and really good with the ball in his hands, but the defense did the job. They got him on the ground. They gave up some yards, but they forced the 4th down.
The Demon Deacons will try to pin them back with the punt. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. So North Carolina's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And Jesse, they've got a quarterback that if he can get into a rhythm can certainly make plays for his team.
Here's the thing about him, too. He's not the most consistent guy, and he's not the most talented quarterback.
Oh, he's got some space. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play you. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
The Tar Heels can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll run play action. Finds his tight end. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl, but knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollack off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollack cut blocked. Maybe...
Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. Got room on the return. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Finds the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Loses 3. Brings up 3rd down.
Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Well, based on that, we can hope to see a little more offensive explosion here in the second quarter as we get ready to get things started. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. The play action fake. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Wake! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
And they finally lift the lid. Man, I didn't know if we were going to be 0-0 going into the half, going into the 4th quarter. The offense finally puts a drive together, breaks that seal. Excited to see now this opens things up, calms people down, and lets them have a little more success.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they covered the final 29 yards with that touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Hauls it in. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. Touch pass on the run. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Lopez to pass. Makes the catch. It's Johnson. Makes the grab almost to the 1st down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. There is little that warms the heart of a defender like a strip sack. Even better if you get the ball.
And I like the awareness of this defender on the play because he knew he might not actually get to the quarterback and make the hit, but he was able to still swat away, use those long arms to create the turnover.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Grabbed in the middle, it's Mays. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket, threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
And the Demon Deacons with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Headed to the end zone, and he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Wake Forest. I'm not sure anyone even breathed on that running back by the time he got into the end zone.
Nah, so many blockers out in front. Where are the defenders? I mean, it's a good idea. You know, the guy with the ball, that's usually the guy we want to go tackle. Go get him.
He'll try to tack on one more.
For the extra point.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. RPO complete to open the drive. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Tar Heels with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Off the play fake. Just a short pass to the tight end. Works his way to the 38 after gaining 5.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
Out routes are very much about timing. It's got to be a quick, decisive movement from the quarterback. As soon as he sticks that foot in the ground, you know he's breaking out. Throw it right now so he can go make you a play. Great pitch, great catch.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Got a man. It's Ship. Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains.
Timeout.
The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. The Tar Heels have it with a 1st and 10. Lopez wants to fire. Rushes on him. They stop him at the 22, 15-yard pickup on the play, and a 1st down just outside the red zone.
These guys aren't human anymore. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
Working that left side now. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And here on 2nd down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. Absolutely perfect. Now the lead is down to 11.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So they get the late field goal right before the half and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. He'll start the return inside his 5. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority 1. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
The Demon Deacons will kick it off to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Lopez to pass. The throw. And the timing just a hair off.
Just didn't seem like the quarterback and his intended target were on the same page there.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking down the middle. A strike downfield. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
They were backed up, and then suddenly they weren't. They've got it 1st and 10 now inside the 50. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got his man downfield. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
Well, it looks to me like the offense made some adjustments at halftime. Only 3 points in the first half. But here we go in the first drive of this third quarter. And this quarterback looks locked in. Really nice throw there to pick up the first down.
And the Tar Heels have this offense rolling. Now the play fake. Fires to the middle. He's got an open man. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You could tell he's thrown over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, UNC! Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
They'll try to get the 2-point conversion here and make it a 3-point game. Lopez wants to fire. And the defense comes up with a sack, but I think that penalty flag is going to wipe it out, and it's going to be a first down for the offense. Defense in the neutral zone.
9.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Got him downfield. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. Off play action. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
And here comes the offense on second down. Looking to fire. A shot toward the end zone. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
And this offense is just, they've struggled to get in a rhythm. And I like they take a shot down the field, but interested to see how they can maybe get some easy completions for this quarterback and get him in a little bit of a rhythm.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
A loss of 8 yards on the play. 4th down coming up.
We've reached the end of the quarter, and Wake Forest has the lead. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the 3rd. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. And the Demon Deacons will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and look for room. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
And you've created some great momentum, getting the stop, forcing the punt, now getting it back to your offense. Your offense starting to get in a groove. Late in the game, you need some big plays.
You just wonder how much panic there is right now on the defensive side of the football, too, because of what you just said, David. They can feel and sense the momentum leaving them right now with the lead. So someone defensively better step up here soon and make a play. We love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Tar Heels in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. And the Tar Heels can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Lopez to pass. He's got him in the flat. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Or did he find a hole in that secondary? And after the pickup, gets to the sidelines to stop the clock and keep this drive going as they try to save themselves late.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Buys a little extra time. Quarterback's got the 1st. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. So now the opportunity with a touchdown to take the lead. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
Looking up top, and time is of the essence. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
And you just got to know the situation of the game, honestly. After that incompletion, now setting up 3rd down, you've still got timeouts. You can attack the middle of the field. It's all out there for you. There's no need to panic. Because of those timeouts, you still have an eternity to get back in this game.
Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Tar Heels! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
I know it hasn't always been pretty for this guy throughout the course of the game, but David, he has shown tremendous mental toughness. He just keeps going back on the field, and he keeps taking his shots. He looked really good on that last drive throwing the football, and now gives his team the lead.
And he has struggled. That's his first passing touchdown. But in the moment when this team needed it the most, in a 2-minute drill when it's the hardest, he puts it together, goes down the field, and takes the lead for his football team.
And the extra point is good, and the lead is 2 here in the 4th. They march 78 yards down the field, and they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. They'll start this drive going to the air. With the catch, it's Hernandez. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. To the air on 2nd down. Fires it. Finds his man open. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. To the air on 1st down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Hernandez. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. They'll use a timeout with 26 seconds left on the clock. Still some work to do after that last completion at 2nd down. Wants to pass, and he's got to make a play. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, that one fell incomplete, but they know they're only one big completion away here from getting that field goal they need so bad. They have time to get a 1st down, clock it, or use the sideline to stop the clock and put them in position to win this game.
Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Gonna take a shot at this DB. He's got it on the left. Touchdown, Wake! They move on top here in the 4th.
I think one of the most underrated things we talk about with a QB is timing. Being able to get the ball out of his hands to his receiver where he can continue to catch the football and run with it. Nice pitch, nice catch, nice play in the 4th quarter when you needed it for this team to take the lead.
On to attempt the try.
The kicker is on for the extra point.
And the extra point is good, and the lead is 5 here in the 4th. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And what a late touchdown in the final minute that is likely the game winner here.
Since the kickoff.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Got it in the middle, it's Gauze. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Bought a little time, lets it go. Fires to the tight end. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Lopez wants to fire. Quickly to the tight end. Works his way out to the 36-yard line before being pushed out of bounds.